Hi and good evening, everyone. So today, we will discuss more about the e-wallet system. But before that, we need to know that e-wallet have been introduced like 5 or to 10 hours ago. However, like people are using the e-wallet nowadays a lot since that COVID-19 pandemic was started. As we know that e-wallet are implementing cashless payment, so we no need to have a direct contact with the other people when we are making payment. So as we know that every system or application it have its own flows. So today we will discuss the challenges of e-wallet from various perspectives, and we also will discuss about some discussion for us to overcome the challenges that will be pointed by the various perspective. So can we hear the first? Can we hear the first challenges from Jinyi from the marketing officer perspective?
Okay, sure. I would like to express some challenges by using e-wallet from the perspective of the marketing officer. First of all, there is a lack of trust of user to use the e-wallet. Most people still choose to pay in cash and refuse to become e-wallet user. This is because they believe that the use of e-wallets needs to transfer money into account first, which will bring the risk of account thief. Another challenge to the marketing officer is the limited number of retailers. There are still many stores that do not accept e-wallet payments as they have not applied to allow customers to pay with e-wallet. This is because many retailers think that using e-wallet requires a stable network, otherwise the customer could not transfer money. And also they think that it is clearer and more convenient to use cash for the company audit. So this also leads many people to think that e-wallet is not widely used and unwilling to be one of the user. So would you like to add on something for the challenges of marketing officer?
Yes, as a marketing officer, based on the research found, one of the reasons people are not using e-wallet is because they are afraid the use of e-wallet may encourage reckless spending. Some people struggle with their spending habits when money is stored electronically rather than as a physical item. Because money does not feel real, proper budgeting does not occur. If they are already having trouble facing with traditional wallet with the budget, the electronic wallet could exacerbate the problem. Another reason why users despite e-wallets is the transaction fees. Some wallets may impose a fee for carrying out transaction. User must pay more than usual in order to complete the transaction. Other than that, some people do not prefer using e-wallet due to the requirement of the device being charged. It's a burden that the electronic wallet expect them to have a charge device in order for it to work. If the device turns off right before the checkout, they would better have a credit card or cash on hand. If they are not using a traditional wallet, they won't have to worry about how much battery life is left on their phone. That is the challenges from a marketing officer from Singi and my view. Is there some challenges from technical officer perspective? Maybe Lian, can you brief about it?
Yes, in my perspective as a technical officer, as mentioned by Cindy about the challenges faced is the lack of customer trust. As customers are afraid that if their phone get lost and they will not able to make any payment or someone might steal their money. On the other hand, e-wallet application might be lagged when encountering poor internet connection. When this happens, customers are left without any form of payment and will be stranded. They will prefer using credit cards and cash. Another challenge faced is risk of identity theft and loss of sensitive information. Risk of fraud is one of the main reasons why most of the customers may avoid adopting e-wallets. Since customers are culturally attuned to digital transactions, customers might not have enough awareness on phishing traps and might accidentally giving away their personal information. So how about Zhao Lun?
Thank you, Vee Lyn. For example, for the challenge as the technical officer, malware attacks on application have threatened the safety of user money. An attacker can inject malware to attack the application and collect details from his phone to misuse it. Since the user of e-wallet will become more in the future, there is a high risk of malware attack. Most of the users are not updating their apps frequently, and it will increase the risk of malware attacks. Besides the malware attacks, there are also man-in-the-middle attack and phishing attack. Man-in-the-middle attacks intercept online transactions by reading payment data from the internet browser while the user is typing his credit card or bank account details. Phishing attacks are used to steal users' login details and personal data, making e-wallet accounts susceptible to fraud. That's all for the challenge for technical officer. Is there any challenge for the user?
Thank you, Zhao Lun. From as a perspective, as a customer user, one of the challenges that we face is I love actually like to use the e-wallet. However, but due to the it have like a minimum reload, a minimum amounts of money when we want to reload the payment. For example, like Touch and Go, it have like a 10 ringgit minimum reload of for us to making payment. However, for this some occasion, I'm not really want to using that much money because I'm scared that I might be overspending, and at the other hand also like sometimes I don't have that much amounts of money inside my bank. However, I still want to make the payment when I'm buying the groceries. So the others the challenges that I face when being a user is that I need to updating the apps frequently. But however, I got it like the technical expert need to making an advance to fix their bug or something. But the worst thing is that I need to keep updating it before I can use my e-wallet to make to proceed for the payment. So when there is the places I want to make the payment, so and then I need to waiting for a long time before I proceed for payment due to the places do not have a good coverage for the internet. So that is my points of view for the as a customer of the e-wallet payment. So as we have discussing about all of the challenges that we said just now, so do you guys have any suggestions for the to improving that e-wallets payment or e-wallets application to be much better in the future?
I would like to express my suggestion first. My suggestion for the improvement as a marketing officer is to plan more deals with the multiple retailers to attract the user. In addition, it can also give some additional vouchers to new user or to the old user who recommend new user to use in the selected store. Another suggestion is to carry out some attractive activity such as lucky draws or play games to win the discount coupon. In my opinion, this suggestion can increase the user usage as well as attract customers and retailers who have not yet used e-wallet. Vee Lyn, do you agree with my point?
Yes, I totally agree with your point. I think that if having deals or voucher would totally attract me or users as well. I would like to add some suggestion to your point as well, that maybe the companies can have advertisement on briefing of e-wallets in video or maybe paper form. The advertisement will focus on the importance and benefits of using e-wallets. Furthermore, it will clearly show how the security works in the e-wallet system. Therefore, it will able to gain the customer trust. I would like to continue with a suggestion as a marketing officer. In order to solve the challenger, the e-wallet company should design a budget for each e-wallet users. Besides, the company should create a notification system to remind users on the transaction daily, monthly, or weekly as well. This will inform users on how much do they spend at the particular time. Companies should also work with retailers to find ways to avoid transaction fees. Do you agree with my suggestion, Li Yuan?
Yes, I agree with you. And I, as a technical officer related to the security of the customer in the e-wallet application, I would also suggest that our technical team to provide powerful security capability for e-wallet application. Security should come first when providing mobile financial service. I would prefer the e-wallets can be secure with plenty of robust technologies such as biometric, password, Face ID, and one-time password OTP. By adopting these security features, it enhances the privacy of the customers when using e-wallets for payment and reduce the risk of being hacked and data leak. And regarding the issue mentioned by Adiba just now, previously about the minimum reload feature of the e-wallet application, I would also suggest the technical team to increase the flexibility of the minimum reload features in the e-wallet. For example, touch and go minimum reload is around 10 ringgit, but maybe for user, they might want to reload just 5 ringgit. So technical team should concern with this issue as well. Do you agree with me, Vee Lyn?
Sorry for interrupting. Yes, I do agree with you. I think that based on what you have said on giving the security on robust technology and maybe providing the backup facility, I think it's totally will increase the security of e-wallet. And I would like to add some addition on the technical team use is in order to ensure the security of the e-wallet, I will recommend that the company set the e-wallets to change password twice a year. This will prevent others from attempting to crack the password. I think that's a good way to increase the security. Do we have any other suggestion from technical officer perspective?
Yes.
Before that, can I interrupt something?
Okay.
Can I ask Yong to like elaborating a little bit like about the OTP, the one-time password? I don't really know about it. As a user, I want to hear about it. Can I?
Yes, sure. For the security features, technologies for the one-time password, right? Actually, it's the same with the bank security features as well. When we want to reload or we want to refund our money from the e-wallet application, it will send the one-time password to our mobile phone to confirm our transaction. And this, I personally would prefer this one-time password technology features because this can notify and alert the user that whether the transaction is performed by himself or herself. That's my explanation on the one-time password OTP.
Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting. I said some challenges from a marketing officer perspective, but I couldn't find the solution of solving the challenges. From what I say on the challenges, that some people do not prefer using e-wallet because the device need to being charged. They might actually have low battery life phone that maybe when you are paying at the counter, it might suddenly turn off your phone and it will cause some problem of using e-wallet. Do we have any solution from technical officer perspective?
You mean no battery when using the e-wallet app?
Yes. Is it possible that technical team could possibly create a longer battery life system on phone? Maybe that can support the battery life?
Yes, I think in nowadays, the phone have the long life battery life, so everyone have no problem with the when using the e-wallet lah. When pay the using e-wallet, I think no problem to shut down the mobile phone lah.
All right, I do accept your suggestion. Thank you very much on it.
Okay, I have something to add on for the suggestion. In my opinion, in order to prevent this problem, e-wallet company need to ensure that the user keeps the wallet software up to date. This is because using the latest version of software allows receiving important stability and security fixes timely. Updates can prevent problems of various severities, include new useful features, and help keep the wallet safe. Installing updates for all other software on the computer or mobile is also significant to keep the wallet environment safer. It should have a notification to update the e-wallets once the user opens it, so the user will know it is available to update the software and increase the safety when using the e-wallet. Besides, they need also to force the user to create a unique password to prevent the risk of unauthorized access. Strong password should be enabled on the user phone before e-wallet can be used. Additional layers of security provided by this device should be used. Anything to add on for
Sorry
the technical
for
officer?
interrupting. Based on what you said, actually the updates of e-wallet is actually increasing the safetiness of the phone from malware attacks, right? Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
So actually solve the challenges as well as what Adibah has said, because just now Adibah said about as a user have to update the e-wallet regularly. So actually this is one of the reason why the e-wallets have to update regularly.
Yeah.
I hope that solve what Adibah said just now. Do we have anything else?
Thank you for the explanation from Vee Lyn, also Zhao. So the other thing that I would like to suggesting, like as a user, just now that Vee Lyn also said that we as a user also, when we are using the phone's battery, sometimes the batteries are draining. So one of the things that I want to suggest for the technical expert, like we can still use our account on the e-wallet payment, but still on the another phone. So I don't know how to do that. So I'm hoping that the technical expert on the e-wallet payment have the solutions for that. And the other thing is I'm hoping that the I know that Vee Lyn just now said that the applications need to be updating regularly for the safety features. But however, I would like to asking the technical expert to be like only letting making a big differences on the updating only like maybe for twice a month, and then I hoping also that they are notify us when there is some update, and maybe like also awarding us with some money or some voucher. So when we when we are updating the apps, so it will increase our interest to do that. So I think that is my point of view as a user.
Thank you, Adiba. So should I start to conclude our discussion?
Yes, sure.
Yes, sure.
Okay. From our discussion above, we can conclude that there are challenges from the perspective of different roles. From the user's point of view, the challenge is limited minimum loaded amount and requiring a regular application update. In addition, there are also different challenges for the perspective of a technical officer and marketing officer, especially for the creating and protection of user data of e-wallet apps. This is because e-wallet is an application such as Touch and Go and Boost, which is a kind of technology, so it may be hacked to steal users' information or the amount in the e-wallet. However, we have also given some suggestions from different roles to better solve all the challenge. We think that as long as the problems we mentioned above can be improved, e-wallet will attract more people to use and trust in it. Thank you all for the productive discussion. So let's end our discussion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.